Hello, my friends. John LaRuffa here with another episode of Solo and Sold It. So this is a show where I talk to you about games that I have had at one point from a solo standpoint and then decided to sell them for one reason or another. All right, so let's just jump right into it. As usual, my last one will be one that maybe is a little eyebrow raising to some people, but we'll see. All right, so the first one I'm going to talk about today is Roam and Roll. This game was okay. It just didn't really inspire me to play it more than once or twice. And I put it on the shelf for a while, and then I pulled it back out and tried it again, and it just, for whatever reason, did not excite me. And, you know, it's tough to say what the situation was. It just was dry, and it was flat, and I just didn't like it. So it didn't take too long before I had to toss that one onto the sale pile, and hopefully it went to a better home. All right. Number two was a game I probably should have known better, but that's my fault. And that was Run, Fight, or Die. This was a zombie game that was just too simple for my tastes. Unfortunately, I think I bought a couple of extra pieces of content with it too. And after playing it once or twice, I just realized this isn't for me. I know it's a light dice chucker. It was my fault for not properly thinking, yeah, this is just not going to work out. But I just didn't really enjoy it, even after my first play, and realized I'd made a mistake. So I had to run, sell, and pass on that one. All right. Number three was a big disappointment to me because I love this designer a lot. But this game, from a solo standpoint, was just not that much fun. It really wasn't that much fun either from a multiplayer standpoint. So number three was Reykholt. Now, I love Uwe Rosenberg games. I absolutely do. But this game had neither the variety nor the excitement that I needed to enjoy it. And in some ways, it had a little bit of a feeling of At the Gates of Lo Yang. Is it At the Gates of Lo Yang or just Lo Yang? Boy, it's been so long since I played it. Can't see it right over my shoulder. But anywho, the fact of the matter is that this game was just felt flat, and the whole thing and the whole way it scored and moving things up and skipping the outside of one space, if I remember correctly, because it's been a long time since I played it, just did not have that much excitement for me. And the fact that the board was also pretty constrained, and while it looked like you had a lot of actions, you just had similar actions and a bunch of them. It just really didn't do it for me. And that was a big bummer. I really like Uwe Rosenberg as a designer. And when I played that one a couple times, I ended up holding on to it way longer than I should have in the hopes that it would strike with me. But it just did not light my fire. So there we go. All right, number four. Number four is Rocketmen. Here's another designer that I really like, Martin Wallace. But this game, solo-wise, I did not like it. I remember struggling through it the first time, then getting the hang of it and playing it a second time, putting it on the shelf for a very long time, busting it out again, just realizing, the fun's just not there for me. Just not. And I don't know why. I really couldn't put my finger on it. It just was not exciting to play. I've never played it multiplayer, but I can't imagine that I would like it either way. So I had to pass on that and ended up selling my copy of that one. And I ended up starting that one and waiting a very long time for it to show up. And it was just kind of, it was a misfire. So my final one is, and this is number five, is the controversial one, is Raiders of the North Sea. Now, this one didn't have a solo mode when it came out, but eventually there was a way to play it solo. And I did acquire that. I did try that out. I even tried this game. I even bought the app at one point, thinking that maybe it would be that would be a way for me to enjoy it. But I just did not like this game that much. It was very repetitive, and because the board was, kind of revealed, there just wasn't that much, I guess I would say, exploration, fun, discovery, whatever. It was just like the same kind of thing. It was just whether you go to this space or this space or this space or this space, you were basically doing the same kind of loop every single time. And I just found it dry. And I never played the Raiders of Scythia. Maybe that one's better. And I've been tempted to try it, but I remembered how just flat the Raiders of the North Sea fell for me. So, and you also, for those who've been watching this channel, know that after a while, Shem Phillips became one of my favorite new designers. It wasn't new at the time, but my favorite designers with games like Wayfarers of the South Tigris, Scholars of the South Tigris, Paladins of the West Kingdom, Viscounts of the West Kingdom, but the North Kingdom games, like with that one in particular, really just didn't do it for me, and that was a miss. So ended up letting that one set sail, and so long. So there you go. There's 5 more games that I have played, and I wouldn't even say all of them I particularly enjoyed. This is kind of like when I look at the episodes that I've done before. This one had, I think the biggest number of misses. Like, no, that game was not for me. That game was not for me. Sometimes I played some of these games and enjoyed them, and just that was it. But these, I don't think any of these really struck a chord with me as something that I really enjoyed. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And whatever you do in the future, I really hope you have a fantastic time doing it. Thank you so much. And if you haven't, please subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel, because I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a good one.